close. Okay, good. Step back. Who else wants to come up? What other person? Doesn't make any difference to that. All right, getting close. Okay. How many counts are in this form? Without the closing. How many counts? 8. 8. Did everybody do 8 counts? Yes or no? Any question? Did you do 8 counts? Did you do 8 counts? Did you? Who else did? Do you think you did 8 counts? You had the least. You had closest to 8 than anyone. Okay. You two were about 8. You had somewhere between 12 to 16. Okay. Anybody pick up on what it was? Jim?
Depending on the blocks on the stats.
More specific. Can you show me? Yeah. You can face the group if you like. How many did he have?
8.
8? I saw 14. I saw 14. What you said is close to what you're saying, but what you demonstrated was something else. Can you demonstrate and tell us verbally what you meant?
What I was trying to show sir was that the coordination of the hand movements and the leg movements should be
in sync with each other. Yeah, I agree with that. Anybody disagree with that?
No.
Okay, that's right. That's correct, but that's not what you did. Okay, let me show you what you meant. It's very important that you understand why we're doing this and understand the importance of what I'm trying to get to, because once you do, you can be self-correcting. Okay, that's very key. You can be self-correcting. How many steps back? 1. How many steps back? 3. You know that? Okay. That's 3/10 of a second. Every time you make a little stutter step. Every time you make a little stutter step. It doesn't mean much in an 8-count technique, or does it? Sure it does. Because you're doubling your motion, or the potential is there for you to double your motion. So if you say 3 times 8 is what? 24. Ooh. That's a lot of time, isn't it? It's a lot of time.
Wasted energy.
Wasted energy. When you get in a fight, or you're in a tournament, and you're good, and you have to get 10 fights in one day, and you've got a whole bunch of those wasted motions, how do you think you're going to feel on 10th fight?
Exhausted.
Exhausted. It adds up. It adds up. In a real street situation, how long do you think a street fight will last? How many? 10 to 15 seconds, that's right. If you go 30, you're in a brawl. That's true. That's true. If you go 30 seconds, you're in a brawl. Okay. In Kenpo time, it's not unheard of, and it's very normal, actually, for a decent brown belt, even a green belt, with a little bit of practice, the lower belts pick it up. The moment they understand it, you see a lot of orange or yellow belts doing the same thing. Where if they have the combination of the techniques, it's not unheard of to have you hit them, or have you hit your opponent 12 times within a 3-second period. It's not unheard of. That's not fast. That's average. That's average. Okay. How many people can do that? With engaging the upper body with the lower body and having accuracy like Mr. Ellis was talking about. Yeah. See, that's the key. Talking about the engineer's emotion, structurally you have to have those stances. How many people hit the stances in the forms? The idea is to do what? Maximize the effort, or maximize the result with the minimal of effort. Okay, that's the key. Okay, you don't have the luxury in the street to make mistakes. If you do, if you can't get to 1 before you get to 2, how do you think you're going to get to 3? By luck, but the odds keep going down. If you don't get to 1, to get to 2, it's going to be about 50% less, and it just keeps going down with that. Okay? If you're in a tournament, and you need 3 points to win in a match, how many techniques theoretically do you need to throw? Anybody? That's an easy one. 3. It's 3. Okay? But how many people get caught up in a situation that when you get out there and fight, you're over here, you're showing this stuff, and Jesus, as a referee, I get tired as hell watching you. That's too much work. Times 10 fights. If you're in a big tournament, I have fought 10 matches and never made this in the quarterfinals. 10 matches and I've never made the quarterfinals. That's a lot of matches. And not even make the quarterfinals, let alone the finals or the semifinals. That's a long day. You know, and you're out of steam. So the idea is be smart, minimize all that energy, and use it where it's applicable. Okay? When we say step back from this neutral bow to the next neutral bow, what's the stance in the middle? From this neutral bow to the neutral bow going back, what's the stance? Cast stance. Okay? So when you do a cast stance, if I was to go back, do I do this first, go like this? That's what a lot of you are doing. Short form 1. So logically you understand that. Okay? But realistically you're not doing that. So I want you to do it. Okay? The other thing I see is so when you step back, will the heel come up before you go to a cast stance and put it down? No, but several years of doing that. Okay? So that's like 6/10 of a wasted motion right there, just from this neutral bow to this cast stance landing and step back there. You see how it starts adding up? Okay. Did you watch Mr. Ellis move? Then how do you think he moves? Not much wasted motion, is there? Does he understand that concept? Okay. Did he have to work with it? Yeah, he did. You no longer took him to fix it? 3 days. 3 days of just saying, don't do that, watch it, That's all it took? 3 days, that was it. And he hasn't. It doesn't take long if you step back and take a look. If you ever watch some of these black belts move, you go, God, I have to move like that. But there's something about how they move and watching the energy that they generate, and it's a little bit different than yours. Pay attention to that. They probably have a little or no wasted motion. How many have met Mr. Parker and saw him move? Anybody here? It's almost even when he walked, you felt the earth go. Wasn't it? And to watch him move, he was so smooth with his action. You sit there and you think, he didn't look too powerful until his hair was really like loose and all of a sudden went, he had this long white hair. But when he moved, that's what happened with his hair. It stood straight out and then it came back down. It looked like half the time he was asleep. Until he threw a punch at him and all of a sudden, but, no wasted motion, no wasted energy. He understood that. Okay? So what we're going to do is everybody stand up and get back in position. It's his perception of when he needs to block the thing and get out of the way of it. Okay, here we go. Okay, do it again. A little bit off. It's right in there. A little bit. Try not to rotate all the way. Go. Right, again, rotate that foot another 50%. There it goes. Okay, stay there. Now block this one. You gotta look. You gotta look. This is where I'm at. I'm not over there. Okay, go. Which short one? There you go. Short one. We're working short one, right? I'm not gonna hit you. 2. Did he move his left foot first? Yeah, he did, didn't he? Okay. Move back. Nope. Did he move it that time? No, that was much better, wasn't it? Did I have to go hard to make him do that? No. He was in sync with me. As he gets better, I might go a little bit faster, but not harder. You shouldn't have broken arms at the end of this exercise. You should not have broken arms. It's not about speed. It's not about power, because your speed and power is not in question. What's in question is your timing and your accuracy. Everybody has natural speed and power. What do I say that enhances that? Pure fear and adrenaline. You get in the street and somebody's coming after you, your heart will get thumping. Okay, it'll happen automatically. So you don't have to worry about that. So that's the drill to start with. For horse, so he's got to stay in sync with me. Did he go fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a little bit. The idea is stay in time and sync with me. You don't have to go fast. It just has to be what? Consistent. Okay, so I'm not going fast, but I have consistency. So it's the timing element, not the speed. Okay? Because I know I'm quicker than he is any day of the week. I know that because I'm so smart. Okay? I'll outsmart him. Is what I'll do. Okay? So pair off, get a punch, say slow down. What are they missing? Timing, what else? The timing's throwing the wood off. Balance, what else? What stance is this? That's a neutral ball? Who's your instructor? New York City. You've got to hit the stances, or you're not in sync. Everything from toe to head has to be in sync. Have to have the stances. If you don't, slow down. That means you're going too fast. That means you're out of control too. That means you're not in control of all your bodily functions. Not good. Okay? Go to work.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, we're doing it. Go back. Go forward. Keep going. Keep going. See a pattern? What do you see? They'll be able to self-correct and help each other. What's that?
And the mirror into is actually shuffle. Right?
Yeah, they are. Is anybody out of sync here? Any extra steps?
The boats take an extra shuffle, but it's the exact same shuffle.
It's the exact same one, that's correct. You have one and you have one. And it's on the same side, isn't it? Okay. Now watch. You do it again. Go. Same side, isn't it? Keep going. Do it again. Now watch. Stop. I'm going to give you a little shove. Go. Did you do it that time?
No.
No, he didn't, did he? You know why? Because I didn't allow him to put his weight underneath it. Yeah. See, I didn't allow him to do that. So it's a training method. Okay, that you can get him to understand. All they need to do is understand it. So it's just like, okay, just step out of the way. Okay, all you're going to do is step through with the right punch. Just move out of the way. Okay, guard up. Ready? Go. Go. Now do it coming back. Go. Go. He's got it there also. See that? Go. See, it's right there. See it? Go. And come back. Go. Go. It's only on his left. That one was better. Now throw the punch. Go. Ooh, move prematurely. Go. Come back. Go. Go. Stay there. Ready? Go. Oh, he didn't do it that time, did he? Took it away from him, huh? Okay, so if you can teach yourself to accelerate off that back foot, there's no way in the world you're going to move the front one because you transferred the weight to accelerate that to make it happen. Okay, so what's happening is you're trying to get this underneath you to push off of it. Yeah, pull the foot back, yeah. Even if it's 2 inches, that's 2 inches the wrong direction. Okay? That 2 inches should have been the one hitting. You're getting depth of penetration. Yeah. I got this fellow, biggest Beltron, about 6'3". 6'3" weighs about 220 pounds, 225 pounds. That's a little over, what's that?
About 16 and a half stone.
It's big.
70, it's a big motor.
It's a big guy. Irish guy. He's a big boy. And he's Irish. No, he's Italian. But you ever see him fight? If you've never seen him fight, that's a big man. If you blink, you got hit. If you make a mistake, you got hit. That's just the way he is. He's very good. He has great timing. He understands that. Okay. But it took him a while to get there. But to have a man that big move that quick is scary with all that power. Okay. I don't like getting in there with him. I have to smack him just to make him slow down. He got size 13 feet. This guy's got big feet. Those are foots. You see what I'm saying? Just with that alone, just your basic punch and stepping through and being able to, hit your target with accuracy one good time, get your opponent's attention. Other than that, you're slapping him. What's that do to him? You might wake him up, and he could be scared. See what I'm saying? Here again, don't let this insult your intelligence. This is just a vehicle that we're using to make the point. I don't care how advanced the technique is, but if you've got extra motions in it, and it's great, just think how much greater it would be if you didn't have that extra motion. And you're able to settle into your stances a little bit more efficiently. See what I'm saying? Okay. So it's a game of inches. It's a game of timing. Okay, and be able to engage this with this. Okay. Now, let's do a drill, and I'll show you how this helps. How many types of hammer blocks do we have? Press them. Okay. Which one do you think is more powerful?
Power.
Hammering or the thrusting?
Power.
You said hammer. Okay. You said thrusting. Why do you think thrusting over the hammer?
I think first, thrust is more body weight to go.
That's not a thrust. If your arm came away from your body, that's not a thrust. That's more of a hammer. I mean, that was the wrong angle. If I went like that, you went like that, you're going to slide over it. You've got to be accurate. There's only one way to be with me. Okay, you've got to be accurate. Okay. A thrusting is what? I showed you what a thrusting is. That's as far as a thrusting inward block goes. Does it go any further than that? That's perpetuated by a part. Hammering does the same thing. It's a little bit more depth, but it doesn't go any further than that. If you do, you've overreached. You've overextended. And what happens is if his line is coming in on this line here, and I go like that, he's still going to get a piece, isn't he? Okay. So which one do you think? And remember, they're both extremely strong when applied properly. When I say hammering hammer block, I think about the claw hammer in your hand. If that arm doesn't belong there, that's a claw hammer hitting that arm. That's how you should think. And bust it. The claw hammer will bust this building up in no time. Look what it'll do to a little skinny bone. A lot of damage. Okay. If you apply a thrusting inward block properly, it'll do the same thing. It'll do the same thing. Although it doesn't look as strong. It is, and that's what we're going to look at. Thrusting inward blocks are extremely strong, and that's what we use to block in sparring. A lot of people, when somebody comes attacking, they're reaching out and doing all this type of stuff. He comes in to attack, and I'm sitting here, that's what he gets. Hear that noise? That felt good. And I didn't give up any ground. Okay, see what I'm saying? Okay? That should go to the bone. And what did it look like? Little or nothing. Okay? That's the idea. When you do an inward block, we think about uppercase, lowercase in our motion, right? We've heard that before. Okay? When you get it, let's everybody get in a fine stance. Facing this direction. Get a fine stance. Let me see your stance. Put his here for now. Okay, that's all you can hit. That way, if he touches you, you're not going to get killed. You're not going to get a tooth knocked out or something. And he can go put your guard up. Okay, I can either do this, right? Or I can do this. Okay? But see, he's missing. I'm even going so slow because I can watch him. Okay, so if I block here, you can block one way or the other. I can shoot here. I can shoot here. It doesn't make any difference. You can block with either hand when either hand is punching. Okay, but I want you to keep your hands up and in. Okay, don't let them do this. Elbows in the wrong position. Okay, you're only going to be able to do this for 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, and I want you to block. Okay, when you punch, I want you to punch sideways to protect your arms. Okay, and once I say stop, then stop, and then we'll switch partners. Okay, so the idea is that if you're throwing a punch, I'm going to stay in here quick. No, that's not a punch. That's not a punch. You're not even reaching me, is it? I don't have to work very hard, do I? Okay, the idea is to sit here. Right? Gotcha. Gotcha.
He's cool, all right? He knows he can.
All right, we're off. If you watch what happens, what there's a tendency to do, especially off the back, when I hit, go ahead and do what you were doing. He's coming across and hammering with the backhand to the backhand. He's hammering with the backhand. I say, oh, I see that. Ooh. And then somebody does that point. Because what he did is he says, drop the frame, drop the frame, drop the frame, get hit. If I stay here, what stays framed? See what I'm saying? It's already set. What do I have to move? These never have to move. What moves? The body. Economy of motion. See that? Okay. Plus you have backup mass into this. Not these things moving like that. If that hurts doing that, right, multiply it times 10, and that's what you're going to get out of that. I don't care how strong or how big you are, that's what you're going to get out of that. Okay, so if you weigh 100 pounds, multiply that times 10. With a little bit of speed and acceleration, that equals power. So it doesn't take much. Okay? No analogy that I use all the time. You have a 5-pound steel plate of weight, which isn't very much weight, was that 2.5 kilos or something like that? And I slapped it in your face, how do you think you feel? Ruin your Sunday, huh? It's only 2.5 kilos, but it's how you apply it. Understand? So if that's true with 2.5, why not use it to your advantage and multiply it times 10? Right? So you engage the mass along with that speed, and that's what's going to equal your power. Understand? So it doesn't look like much, but imagine a kid coming in. Boom! Oh, he's done. He's done. Imagine, you understand what it feels like right now? That's a lot of depth. That is a lot of depth. Okay, especially when it's on the other side of that solar flash. It doesn't take much. So when you get into even a street situation, when you get into sparring, right, and you know you block somebody solid, you can tell by the look on their face. Pretty soon the eyes go from, you get a little worried look in their face. Okay, now you got them. You got their attention.
If you're framing their head, what about the lower strokes?
Off your height zone. Stances dictate the height of your height zone position. Right?
And from a speed point of view, when some of these kicks, especially long kick, come in fairly fast.
A long kick comes in very
You
fast.
know, he's literally driving in, and you
Okay, check this out. Time and space to me. See what I'm saying? What you have to realize is the mental attitude of getting into the ring. How long is the match? 2 minutes. You can't focus for 2 darn minutes? Don't get in there. Understand? Don't get in there. If you can't focus for 2 darn minutes, don't get in there. You don't belong in there. How hard is that? 2 minutes. That's not hard at all. You see what I'm saying? You've got to focus and understand that that's got a longer time and space to travel than me to move this. That's just how I think. Okay? Fighters aren't out there getting it, then I just keep hitting them. Right? One eliminated, how many more you got? See what I'm saying? Yeah, that side's done. Then you're going to stand on that foot after I beat it up and kick me with the other one? Guess what? I just got 2 for 1. See what I'm saying? See, I have to think, you got to take it away from them. You've got to go in there and just take it away from them, rip their guts out. I'm serious. You got to see me in my own school when I work with the advanced belts. I'm yelling at them, I got a shenai. Not what I said, but they understand. I'll beat their legs a little bit until I get their attention, especially when they're starting to lose it after a 2-hour workout. They got to focus. If they can focus with me for 2 hours, I know they can go for 2 minutes. Understand? Okay, but you have to understand it. It's the same with the techniques. What's the difference? If you're doing a technique in the street on a layperson or a person that doesn't understand sparring, it should be the same thing. These same rules apply. Same rules apply. Okay, it shouldn't be any different. The neat thing you have about the techniques is everything's pretty much prearranged. Because if you hit him with 1, you know which way he's going to fall. That sets him up for 2. You hit him with 2, you know where he's going to go on 3. So it really helps you out. In this sense, you don't, because he understands the game of free sparring. Okay, so what you start doing is you beat him mentally. Correct. There's 1. See what I'm saying? So then all of a sudden he starts, you start eliminating his weapons and you start beating him up. It doesn't take long. Okay? So let's go back to this drill for a couple more minutes to take a look. Okay, so you really got to drop and get into that thing. So see, you're losing your just that little bit. You're big on top. You get somebody with a charge and you're going to kill them. You're going to break the leg or you're going to break the box that way. Don't be forced. Think of a lowercase upward elbow. Remember said uppercase, lowercase? It's a lowercase upward elbow. What form do you learn that in? Say long 2. Long 2, that's right. You step through, and you come to 3, and you go up. There it is. That's the start. You understand that one, all right? So now you're not going to come out with this, you're going to come out with this. If he throws uppercuts, okay, we're going to go to uppercuts. Only if you're going to switch. This answer is the same, but what do? You have to change the height zone. We'll get down to it. You're still going to lift, but you don't have to lift as high. The idea now is to smother that thing. Is to smother that thing and drop down on the thing. And when you do an upward block or an upward elbow, this doesn't stick out one way or the other from this elbow, does it? It's in line with it. So keep them in line here. This shouldn't come across like this. They should stay in line with one another. Okay? So it continues to frame the face. Okay? Go to work. It doesn't take much effort, but you have to break that mindset of what you had before. It takes a little bit. Okay? It's a little bit more advanced way of fighting, but the idea is that once you close the gap, what happens a lot of times is somebody comes charging, and what happens? Somebody gets out of the way. Don't get out of the way. We're going to engage that. Okay? Okay. So, okay. There you go. New black, I've got to break them in. Okay, so if I'm sitting here like this, okay, where do you think he's going to come with that front hand or the back hand? Right down the center. If I close it up like this, he may come one side or the other. Okay, so now we're going to bait him. It's not that we can't do this or can't do that. You have to understand when to use them and not to use them. So we're going to bait him a little bit. Okay, so we're going to bait him a little bit. So he gets used to us doing this thing. And all of a sudden we start coming back more conventional. Where's he going to come? Right over the top. Okay, but what does a lot of people do? Go.
You forward.
Go back. Go back like that. It's a natural thing. You go back. You try to set up or try to do a side piece, think he's going to come in. He may or may not do that. He may go 1, 2. So you may go, boom, no, enough right. So he may go boom, and he's going to, that wouldn't be your target, would it?
Down low.
I was going low, yeah. See? He's liable to do that thing. So it could be a fake to come and get you. Okay? Don't play into that thing. He shoots that hand, you do what? Did I give up my ground?
No.
Did I get closer to him? Oh, you bet. Now he pays the price. Kidneys.
Bye-bye.
Because if I punch his head and he leans forward, what happens? He's out of my reach. But this is still well within my reach. Okay, so don't be headhunters. There's a lot of headhunters out there. Right? You can make contact to the body. You can't make that much contact to the head because they say don't do that. Very rare will they tell you not to do that to the body unless I go and try to kill him. Okay.
So just a question. If when people sparring, got caught with a lot of sparring, some people are standing and use front kicks,
Yeah.
and he kicks the lower leg.
Yeah.
What's a good defensive or offensive way to come back?
Oh, we'll get that. We'll get there. Okay. Let's look on top first. Because more people are going to lead. You know, even if they come up with this type of thing, the answer's the same. Hit them with your elbow. If they're kicking low enough, they're not going to hit you anyway.
No, but only if someone's sparring and they're doing this way.
No, they're sparring. If they go towards the shin,
Yeah,
that's illegal. You can't do that in competition. Okay? In the street, different story. If he does that, break your knee. That's his fate. Okay, so the idea is that if you're going to do the front hand, we're going to move offline. Okay? This is one that will go out to meet it, but how far did I have to go out to meet it? Not much. Okay, you see that? He came to me and I just came offline, moved up the circle. Okay. What technique to use? Learn the concept of moving up the circle.
Circle right.
Whatever.
Double
Low level. Reversing mace. When people do reversing mace, what do they do? Take the hand, it's already in position, instead of leaving it there, that's where the framing comes from. They do this. Drop the hand and bring it back up, and stop and stops and slap down. It doesn't make any sense. How many people you know to do that? Well, the button. Sounded good. The sound you should hear is this. That's the sound you should hear. Then when he falls over, you go, and that's what he runs into. It's only 2 motions, but everybody makes it sound like 10 sometimes. You've got to get used to hitting him and not yourself. Okay? Why are you hitting him? I mean yourself rather than him. That doesn't make sense to me. Do we hit ourselves in Kenpo? Yes. For what purpose? Rebounding? Bar force? Ricocheting? But the example I just gave you had nothing to do with that, did it? Ricochet off him. Okay, where's a prime example of ricocheting off him? What technique? Short three. Second to the last technique. Green shoe. That's right. It's the same motion. He grabs you, do what? And you get into him. Okay. That's the slap you should be doing, not you hitting yourself. Okay. Unless it's like maybe an kimono, one of those. Prime example of rebounding. So when you grab, so you hit, then what? Hit, then what happens? Rather than stop here and ricochet here, you do what? I rebound off myself. So that's what it goes into. So I hit and rebound so it accelerates this direction. Right? There's a prime example. But other than that, you shouldn't be going. Okay, and guys, when I see guys that are so talented and they're out there doing that stuff, I'm sitting there going, I should have hit him once, I should have hit him twice, I should have hit him 20 times. And he didn't even get one. Didn't even get one. Okay. Waste of motion, waste of talent. Okay, so this is what we're going to do to eliminate some of that. Okay. Let's see. Right neutral. We'll start from here. Left punch. Right punch. Pick it up with that one. Rather step all the way back to this one. Okay, see that? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So what that does, it fills in the gap from one neutral ball to the next neutral ball. Right. There's no wasted motion. When you start thinking about it, your feet should not have enough tire. Do that. What this hand should do is pick it up midpoint. Okay, because if he was to actually just do one, go slow. Now, as I get to midpoint, and I got here, if he was actually, put this right here, just put it there. If he was to actually push me, push. Do I go up or back directly? I go back directly, so then my weight transfers down, doesn't it? So there's no reality of me going up. Okay, so even if he pushes you, that's really going to help you in reality. Okay, because if you learn how to accelerate fast going in reverse, you won't come up, you'll go back. Okay, so everybody understand that? Okay, good work. So it's a left, right. Faster or harder. Right? Don't change up. You guys got to realize that's not the answer. That is not the answer. It's continuity. Did I go in harder on you? Did I hit you? No. Okay, but also you panic and all of a sudden you come out there. You've got to trust what you're throwing and trust your partner. I'm not going to hit you. Hit you hard. Come on. You don't understand. That's right. Watch. So, you have a little stutter step, right? Watch. Fixed it. Now watch what I do. What did I do? Say that again? I put a little bit of force to it. Not so much force, but what?
Follow through.
Followed through with the motion. It wasn't any harder, but I followed through with the motion. So when he engaged, come back up. When he engaged his first block, I did what I pushed him. There's no way that he can come up on that front foot. There's no way he should be able to get it underneath because he's already off balance if I push him. Okay, so you can help your partner with this. So you're not really, with my hands closed and clenched fist. The idea is not to hit him or hurt him, or to force him to have to go harder. That's not the answer. Okay, the answer is the continuity and making sure you're eliminating the excess motion. Understand that? Okay, see that? It's not good. That's constipated motion. When you get constipated, what happens? You gotta relax. Okay, try that. Go hard. Good. That was great. Not bad, huh? It's only been a few moments. Lighter touch. He's got the timing. And what's he doing differently than he wasn't doing before?
Waiting.
He's waiting. The timing. What else?
No circle. Less steps.
Less steps. That's right. What else?
No,
What are you doing?
Riding.
Riding the action of the check. He's riding it. Okay? And he can do that because he has the time, because the first block is the closest one next to the next strike, isn't it? Not this one. So he panicked because he saw that fist coming, and that's why he tensed up and hit. Okay? But if you sit there and say, oh, no you don't. Okay? And you make it happen. Understand that? So you're riding the action. Okay? That's very good. Good job. Okay. What Eddie was saying earlier is that when he was pulling out on the second strike, he saw that punch coming because he wasn't utilizing the closest one. So he saw the big gap, like I said, and he kind of panicked. He said, so you revert back to what you know best. You got to go hard and hit hard. Okay, that's not the answer. What did I say about the 2 inches?
It's a lot of depth.
A lot of depth, yeah. So if he shoots a left-right, and I just relax. Did I go hard?
No, you just waited.
I waited and used my timing and used his force against him, and I took him down. Now, if I'd accelerated just a little bit, I could have probably snapped the elbow because the elbow would have gone because the connecting joints. How big? I said this before here. That big. You can measure your own little finger to your own arm, and that's about the size of your joint connector. It's not very big. How much pressure do you think that's going to take to break?
Not very much.
Not very much. Okay, so when you get into a fighting situation, even when you're playing with the guy, and you're sitting there like that, and he's going, and you go, ooh, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Whoops.
Did you get his attention? Absolutely. One weapon down. See what I'm saying? Okay. As we get into this, we get into the next session, into tomorrow, I'll pick up on this and elaborate more on that. But that's what we're after. You know, how much did I have to wind up to get him to go down? Didn't. I used my weight in conjunction with his weight, borrowed his force, and whenever you borrow force, you oppose force. It's a game of inches. It's a game of inches. All I had to do is lock on just for a moment, and all I did was turn the right direction. Got a lot of depth on the rotation. I didn't leave my foot there. I rotated it, didn't I? Because that was depth in that direction for me. Okay, see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. So if I'm sitting there blocking and bobbing and weaving and dodging, letting them come to me, and he gets close, he's going to get tagged. He's going to pay the price. If he hits me, then that's great. He earned it. That's okay. You're going to get hit. That happens. Okay. But the idea is to limit the damage done to you and give it back. Okay? Questions? No questions? Okay, food for thought. Let's find out.